guys, I'm Chez Pride and welcome back to part 8 of this little mini series on this channel that I like to call The Sims for the Grim Sim. And today I want to start wrapping up things as much as we can in this series because I would like to actually end this series in the next couple of episodes. So as far as today's episode, I want to get as far along in Faye's aspiration as possible. We're on the very last part. We just need to earn some more simoleons and write some more books. And then as far as Frankie's soul's journey, we're on pretty much the last part of it. We actually are on the ghostly portion, so he has to be having an out-of-body experience to complete the goals that he has written. But we have one goal written down right now that we can complete while we're off work tomorrow. But speaking of work, we are already level 10 in the Grim Reaper career, so I feel like once we do our little journey today at work and we're done with like the goals, we can slack off a little bit and work on writing some goals. And that'll kind of start wrapping things up pretty much. And of course, like I said, we're going to be doing this while doing our jobs, and our jobs start in about an hour or two. So we actually need to go ahead and start this episode by finishing getting ready for work. But of course, Frankie couldn't feed himself without feeding his cow plant, because what kind of cow plant dad would he be if he let his cow plant die? So we're going to go ahead and keep care of it. And then our sister already laid out some food for us, so we can come grab a serving here and make sure we finish our food. And I think Faye's probably already about done with hers, so they can kind of wrap up breakfast here together. Is she gonna clean up this dish as well? Because, you know, that would be great. Of course not. Maybe she can right quick spend some time with her horse. She can maybe hug her horse, maybe talk to it, rub its neck, hug it. Go ahead and just spend some time with it. Frankie, stop talking to Jack so Faye can spend some time with her horse before she has to go work, and you can focus on finishing your food. It is almost time for you to go to work. Maybe we'll get a picture of him eating breakfast as a ghost and her spending some time with the horse. He only has like an hour or two left as a ghost, but we do actually need to like give him some cool off time so it doesn't actually kill him. It works out because we have to go to work anyways, so we'll probably turn back into a normal sim right after we get to work is what I'm assuming is going to happen. They are just standing around doing nothing, so maybe we can talk to each other, hug our sister, and get what talking we can in. And now we are going to join and go to work. She goes to work in an hour, but like I said, I'm not like trying to get to the end of her career. I'm more focused on her aspiration, but we're already level 10 in this career, so we just need to pretty much complete the goals for the day so we don't lose progress. So of course the first thing he wants to do is scurry for a assignment, so I guess we can transfer here a little bit, you know, use our ghostly powers while we have them. Whee! Alright, and then let's see. Okay, this bowl I think is not about to be taken. Perfect. Alright, let's scurry for an assignment and maybe get a picture of him going all ghost mode and looking for an assignment. But let's go ahead and travel. We don't need to prep. We are level 10 in our career. So let's go ahead and complete the assignment. So we need to pick up 5 lost souls, close 4 netherworld fixtures, and harvest the Grambrosia source. Right away, I am seeing a netherworld thing here, a netherworld thing here. This is a floating something, but it's not like got to full force. Pick up soul. There we go. We have to let them load in a little bit, apparently. Pick up soul, pick up soul, pick up soul. We have a ghost trying to talk to us. Not now. Alright. I think there's more souls to pick up than we actually have to pick up. Hurry through this so I can select to close that netherworld. We only have to pick up 5 souls, and there's like a million around the place. Alright. Here we can close this netherworld. Then we just have to find the ambrosia to harvest. I think this is it. Yeah, harvest this. And then we can probably report back to work after this, is what I'm assuming. You have harvested this. We can go back to the office. Nothing we haven't done before. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna have to make it and give it to Grim. Pretty much what I think we're gonna have to do. Cook Grambrosia and release 5 souls. Okay, so let's go ahead and release soul in the Neverworld 5 times. Do your final duty. Oh, you're finally not a ghost anymore. Alright. Well, let's get this picture of you not being a ghost, because I feel like recently that's all you've been. Get that shot. I think that's really cool of him shooting into the portal. We normally get it from this angle, but I think it was a cool shot to get from that angle. It also wants us to plan reaping schedules, but I think cooking the Grim Broccia is a little bit more important. So let's go ahead and go to this, and we can cook the Grim Broccia. There we go. So let's go up here. I hate that we're wearing white sneakers. Like, I feel like there should be no shoes showing. This is fine. This is apparently what we're wearing to work. I guess we're level 10. We can wear comfort? I don't know. And get a picture of him cooking up Grim Broccia at least one last time, and then we're gonna have to give it to Grim, and I think we'll probably be at a gold appearance from there. If not, we can go ahead and do the reaping schedules. So let's take this straight to Grim. So let's go ahead and put in inventory, and then we can find Grim. Where are you? You are right here. Let's deliver the Grim Broccia now. I think this will, like I said, give us level 10, but let's go ahead and make sure. Let's just get a picture of like all the Grims here. Just the Grim statue, us giving Grim a gift, a Grim turn standing there talking to Grim. There's all sorts of things here. Did that get us to a gold though? Oh, of course it didn't. Okay, let's try playing the reaping schedules. I don't really want to analyze death trends. I think you actually have to do on the tablet. There we go. At least there's plenty of tablets this time. Like, all the tablets have kind of gathered up over here, so it works out. Let's fast forward through this and see if it checks off for us. Yes. Okay, so we don't have to do anything else. We can actually spend the rest of our time writing goals. Frankie has done everything possible he has to literally be a ghost to write in. How much more cooldown time? Apparently we've done our cooldown time. Well, that's annoying because we can't go and actually become a ghost until we're at home and can get to the boss, because that's the only way we can have an out-of-body experience. Oh, that's annoying. And we've always had bad luck leaving early, but we're so high in our career that maybe it wouldn't hurt us. Maybe for once, let's go home early. Okay, it did go down a little bit. We went from a gold tick to the second green, so we won't want to do that too much, but you know, this is fine. We can actually go ahead and while we're here actually keep care of our needs before we have a out-of-body experience. I think that would be most useful. We can probably go ahead and right quick, let's take a brisk shower, pee like a champion, and then maybe we can just have some leftovers. We can have some Thanksgiving leftovers, and I just want to get some stuff done before we turn back into a ghost because we have a timer on it. So really, let's go ahead and water all and weed, and we can harvest all once we keep care of our needs. Well, maybe we should eat after we garden. I feel like that would make more sense. Like, we come in from the garden hungry, and then we could get some Thanksgiving leftovers. And we're also having a eureka moment from being a genius. What time does she get home from work? She gets home at 6 o'clock. We really just need to focus on her writing one more horror book. We've already gained some royalties. We're slowly gaining the royalties at least. Now let's go ahead and go garden a little bit before we go back into our ghostly form, and then we'll eat, and then we'll head to the bog. Another death has come off the coast. As the House of Fallen Trees estate, fright may take their life just about anyone who walks through those doors. In fact, Faye's records show 3 deaths in just the past year. Could this be so scary about this house? Could it truly be cursed? Mind your own business, honor the dead, track down the ghosts. A previous choice, lend insight, sell this information. Maybe we'll just honor the dead. We got a slight performance gain from that. We're so close to being able to get a promotion, but I don't think we're gonna get it because we didn't do our daily tasks. But let's keep care of your plants, harvest them, talk to your sister's horse. This person's calling us. Oh, you want to go out with Vlad Strauss? I say go for it, girl. Go for it. Vlad has no one else interested in him. You will not have any trouble out of that. This is actually taking longer than I expected. Apparently it's been a while since we worked on our garden, but we harvested 50 wild plants in The Sims in this save file apparently. Interesting. Alright, but let's have some leftovers after that hard workout in the garden, and then I will probably teleport us down to the Bayful Bog just to save us a little bit of time. Okay, can you not talk to the horse? You've already talked to the horse. Can you just actually finish your turkey dinner? You're getting tired. Oh no, I should have actually got your energy up. We don't have an energy drink or a potion. Of course we don't. Maybe we can do something about that, or maybe we can just have an early night. I mean, we do have the day off work tomorrow, so we'll have time. I'm going to clean that up for you, and then I'm going to reset you so I can teleport you. We're going to go down to the bog. Let's go down here, teleport here, but we can have an out-of-body experience, so we can at least write our goals, complete some we write, because we're not going to be able to complete the one that we have written now, which is to spend a day in Sulani. We can at least write some goals and maybe get started on those. I mean, we're pretty close. We only need one or two more goals to actually complete. Let's go ahead. It looks like our sister's home from work. She could use a little bit of fun. So maybe, where's Jack? Jack, of course, is sleeping. Can we actually go ahead and make you happy? Because I cheat and pet sneeze in The Sims. I'm not afraid to admit it. But maybe we can come here and talk to and hug, and then maybe we can mount the horse and you can go on a fun little ride before I keep care of your needs. Teleport back up here. I guess I could have ghostly transversed, but this is fine. We can teleport him. And then let's change him out of his swimwear as well into your everyday wear. And then honestly, maybe you could go up into your tower to work on writing some goals. We could transfer up here, then maybe come here, and maybe the first goal we write would to be a woohoo goal, because I know we can complete that with Grim. Not at least be something that I know for sure we can do. Write it from whatever category and see what he writes. Let's see. Are you gonna get on your horse? Oh, you just got knocked off your horse. Oh no. Can you try that again perhaps? I mean, it was a stressful work day, but I'm trying to let you go on a ride to get your mind off of it. He is sad, but we try to hug him. Let's try to go ahead and go for a energetic ride. Nope, you got off. You immediately got off. Why? Well, I guess you can try to cheer him up, tell him a joke, brush his coat. I guess if you can't go for a ride, you can at least play with your horse, and then we'll start keeping care of your needs. Can you not go where you're going? Did he put it in the bookcase, or did he? Oh, he actually left it on the table. I'm actually kind of impressed by that. But let's teleport back over here. I want to get hot in a hot springs. Okay, so I guess we can spend the day in Sulani and then go to the hot springs afterwards. Or I guess we could put hot springs at a place in Sulani. We could go into build mode. I guess that's always a possibility. But right quick, I want to see what happens if you just write a goal for yourself. Now, we don't have to do this goal. Realistically, we only probably need these two, but we'll write one more for safe measure. We want to be known for an imperial intelligence. Reach level 10 of the logic skill, then beat someone in chess. How close are we to the logic skill? We're level 5 in the logic skill. Honestly, we could probably work on that right now. And our sister, I would much rather instead you actually go ahead and grab some leftovers and keep care of your needs, and then go work on your book. We are too uncomfortable to do this. I guess that's fair, but maybe once you keep care of your needs, you'll feel better. Maybe we can just have her come sit up here so she's in the right area. Okay, don't talk to your sister right now. I want you to actually come out here and play until your heart is content. Maybe you can play on that one once you're done. Set up to where you go back and forth until you're pretty much tired, and then you can start sleeping for the next day. day. And you want to make sure you finish your meal. Oh, I guess you could have been listening to music, but this is fine. No, Lilith, I really don't actually want to hang out. No offense. I'm kind of in a bad mood right now. So let me just get in a better mood. We're finally in a happy enough mood. We can set up writing a book. So let's go ahead and I think we can it's under here, isn't it? Horror book. There we go. We can write a horror book and hopefully we can finish that before we go to sleep. Did we actually enjoy writing? I can't remember likes and dislikes. Okay, we do like writing, so we should have fun without needing to listen to music or anything. So we don't need to get a gramophone up there because I'm pretty sure there's not one up there. Yeah, there's not. I think she'll have fun just doing the writing. And then Frankie is very tired, but let's go ahead and at least try to get 50% of the logic skill up. This is called the cow plant and the uneaten cake. That's going to be the horror book. I feel like that's appropriate. All right. So we have that horror book being written. She is also getting very tired, but let's see if we can get her halfway or at least a quarter way through the book. And I want to get halfway to the logic skill. She does work tomorrow. So she's going to actually need to get some reading done before she goes to work as well in the morning. So I got to try to remember to do that. Of course, you are sad. Can I make you happy? Cheat need, make happy. Let's see. How much longer do we have as a ghost? We only have 3 hours of our out-of-body experience. Can we stay awake 3 more hours? We're about to become exhausted in less than 10 minutes. Oh, we just got level 8 of the writing skill, and we're over 1/4 of the way done with the record. Let's see if we can get to halfway. And you're 42%. I think you can probably go a little bit longer. Okay, so if we can have you play for 2 more hours, then I can get you to bed before you pass out. Possibly. We'll cut it off at pass out in 2 hours. We're almost halfway. I just want to spend what time we can as a ghost working on what we can. 50%. Okay. And you are at 2 hours before passing out. All right. So let's go ahead and have you reset. I'm going to probably have you go ahead and ghost. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and feed your cow plant. That's most important. And then you can ghostly transfers up here. Go ahead and spill goo waste. And then we can go to sleep. Oh, you're already over halfway done with your book. How much longer until you pass out? You become exhausted in 2 hours. Let's push it until you're about to pass out, actually, because you don't have to be at work till 10. So I feel like we can push it a little bit and possibly get the book done. I feel like we're so close. What is going on? Wait, what? You're dying? What? Critically low air. No. Okay, when I said I wanted to be a ghost, I didn't mean like this. Wait, he's literally dying from exhaustion. I thought he was just gonna pass out. Oh no. Well, I don't want a rebirth yet because I wanted to get through the soul's journey, but I guess this will get us to be able to work on our soul's journey whenever. I did not expect him to actually die. Okay, well, we're gonna become a playable ghost. Do we have our grave in our inventory? Where's our grave? That's an important question. Where's our grave? Because we become a playable ghost, did we not do one? Okay, well, you're not going to be sad because, maybe we're just going to say this was part of the plan. Maybe this was unexpected, but part of the plan. It says pass out in 1 hour. There's no reason he should have died from cardiac arrest. Unless it was, because we didn't have the moodlet that said we needed to wait before we had another out-of-body experience. I'm so confused. Okay, well, we're gonna go to sleep because he's about to pass out either way. Yeah, you're a ghost permanently. Did not plan on that happening, but it's a thing. Luckily, we're almost to the end of our soul's journey, so I guess tomorrow we can really work on these two mainly and then get our logic skills much up as possible. I was not planning on him to actually die. I was actually making it a goal for him to not actually die. That didn't work out as I planned, but she's not going to be sad about it because she's going to know it's very close to being a possibility that he was planning this to complete his soul's journey. Though, now I'm scared that she's going to have the same experience. Maybe just right quick we can save, just because I'm a little paranoid about them both dying. But she's so close to completing her book. Like, she's so close. Like, can we just really quick finish this? There we go. We did the achievement. Let's go ahead and reset you. Go ahead and have you teleport down here. Go to sleep just enough to get out of the passing out stage, and then we'll probably publish the book. Okay, she's in the yellow. And I'm actually going to teleport you down to the mailbox, which we put out here. And we can go ahead, sell to publisher the horror book that we wrote in one night. Let's go ahead and go back to sleep. It's now out in the world. Hopefully she'll make some royalties off of it. We have our dead sim. Oh my goodness. You would think a sim that's at the top level 10 of the Grim Reaper career wouldn't be having this problem, but apparently we are. Let's have her go back to sleep, and then hopefully we can get her rested before she has to go to work at 10. At least we can get her mostly rested before she has to go to work at 10, because I actually do need her to also read. So let's go ahead and get up. Let's see. You, I feel like, could probably get up as well. I mean, if your sister's getting up, you might as well get up too. Maybe you can grab some food. So if we open this, is there something with 2 servings? Yeah, this has 2 servings. It'll spoil in 3 hours. So you can grab a serving. You're not fully rested, but I need you to actually get up and do the same thing. Take a brisk shower, use the restroom, come eat some of this, and then I want you to spend what time you have after that reading. Do we already have a book in our inventory? The Thanology. I guess we can read that, and that would count towards our reading. I don't know how long we have to read, but it's better to get some of the reading done than none, because she is on the edge of getting a promotion. I would like to get the promotion, but let's go ahead and get them ready for the day. Come on. Why did you go into your sister's room? That's so weird. Go ahead and eat. Oh, we should probably check on... Okay, the cow plant's good. Cow plant's good for now. Why did you get food that was out of the fridge? I guess we can go ahead and put that back in the fridge. Can you actually perhaps clean this up? And you are reading. Perfect. That's what I wanted you to do. So I guess we can get a picture of you sitting out by the campfire in front of the vines. That's kind of a pretty shot. And your horse is coming to talk to you. I feel like that's fine. And you are washing the dishes. You're apparently going through the castle and getting all the dishes. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. But you also didn't finish your food. Maybe get some leftovers then? The leftovers you were originally supposed to have. Why didn't you just eat those from the start? Okay. I think he has to spend like 12 hours in Sulani. I kind of want to get him to Sulani as soon as possible. I just need to get his hunger finished here. And does she check off her daily task of reading? 25% done. Okay, that's better than nothing. That's better than nothing. But can you focus on finishing your food though? There we go. And then you can go ahead and clean up your plate. I think we'll go ahead and head on to Sulani. So I'm probably going to go into a lot, put a chess table and a hot springs in it, and then invite Grim out. Alright, so I came to the beach and I went ahead and I added a hot springs, I added showers for the hot springs, I added some outhouses and a chess table, because I think to spend at least 12 hours here, so we probably have to stay here till like 10 o'clock at night. So let's go ahead and change into our swimwear. Maybe first we'll go ahead and work on playing chess. So let's actually go ahead and get the next skill up, and then maybe we'll invite Grim. I mean, he's a busy guy, so we don't really need him here until we're about to woohoo in the hot springs. But Faye is off to work. I think she'll naturally get a promotion. I don't think we have to make her work hard. I'll just keep an eye on her progress. But let's go ahead and fast forward him getting this logic skill up before we invite Grim out for a little woohoo. We are 59% there. All right. I was doing that. Let's get back into playing chess, please? I would like to get your logic skill up. I know you're wanting to talk with people, but I prefer you actually play chess. I mean, if this girl wants to join our chess game, that's fine, but we gotta play chess. Get this logic skill up as much as we can before we invite Grim so we can jump right into the hot springs and not keep him here all day. Let's see. There we go. Level 6. Also, tell me I brought the... Of course I didn't bring the journal. Why would I have brought the journal? If I put it on a public lot, can I use it? I actually don't know that answer. I guess now is the time to test that theory. We can write in it, but we can't put it in our inventory. So it's there if we need it. We can leave it on the table there. But let's go ahead and perhaps come here, maybe take... Can you just shower without taking an actual shower? I think you have to just take a brisk shower, which I don't know if that's going to embarrass him or not. It is the public shower, so I don't think it does. But let's stop talking to these people and just shower off real quick, see if we can, and then we're gonna go ahead and invite Grim. Okay, well, you know what I can do? I have a mod for this. We can just summon him here. Let's summon a sim here, summon the Grim Reaper, and then we can woohoo a Grim in the hot springs. We'll clean it afterwards. We'll be good. Let's go ahead and do it in hot springs and work on our soul's journey a little bit. While we're here, we could write another woohoo goal. It is a possibility. We don't have to do it if we don't want to, but... we can just have the option. I guess let's get a picture of him woohooing Grim as a ghost in the hot springs at the beach. There we go. Maybe that's the shot we can get. Oh my goodness. The scandal. Okay. We want to woohoo in the hot springs. That's exactly what we're doing with the Grim Reaper because, you know, it's the Grim Sim series. Why wouldn't we do it with the Grim Reaper? And, oh, we're getting tired. We could take a nap. I mean, we have to spend time here, so might as well take a nap. But maybe we'll write one more woohoo goal and see if we can do it. Also, I said we would clean this. So we're going to clean the hot springs, and then let's see if we can go ahead and write a goal from the category and write a get busy goal before Grim leaves again. Here, hopefully it's not a location one because I can't change my location right now, but I could add an object. I want to woohoo in only a way a ghost can possess woohoo with another sim. You know what? I can do that. Actually can do that. I forget, do I have to do it on an object or can I just ghost woohoo? Transcendent woohoo with the Grim Reaper. Alright, let's go ahead and do this one. There we go. I think that's the one we have to do. So let's possess something. I feel like Grim would be into that. He'd be like, oh, you want to possess something in woohoo? Yeah, I'm down. And also the water being around him. Did it cancel? Let's try this again. Let's go here. Let's see if we can woohoo in the object. I feel like that would be nice. Alright, there we go. Alright, having a transient woohoo with Grim at the beach. Woohoo! There we go, sir. Alright. But this will get that goal done. Let's see. I just want to see how much progress this will give us. Because we have to spend a little bit more time here. Oh! Well, we just actually completed our soul's journey. I was not planning on completing that quickly. I think we must have checked off both the being at a day in Sulani. So I guess we only had to be here 6 hours. I thought it was 12 hours. 6 hours is a lot better. And then we also did that transcendent woohoo. We even have to finish our being a master at the logic skill. Well, that worked out. The big picture. Frankie has reached the summit of his soul's journey, manifesting the coverage of his burning soul trait. With this, he will now resonance his Sigma, and while performing Ghost Mastery, it's time for Frankie to be rebirthed into the next life. He will be able to retain one personality trait from his previous life through a recall past life self-interaction. Frankie will also have the peer into soul interaction available in mirrors to inherit as many reward or traits as gained. If Frankie is reborn as a younger sim, it'll be a breeze. Certain development skills will already be instantly unlocked. I guess now is my time to reveal my plan. And my plan to end this series is to get rebirth, but then we are going to recall our memories. We're going to get back into the Grim Reaper career and remind Grim of who we are through like wooing him again. And then Grim will immediately give us our level 10 position back. We're gonna have to cheat it, but we're gonna remind Grim who we are once we like recall our memory. Basically, that's gonna be like the storyline. And then Grim is gonna get us pregnant because when we rebirth, I'm going to make it to where he can get pregnant. And also, he's gonna be a little bit more attractive once he rebirths. I'm gonna take all his scars away. I'm gonna like handsome him up a little bit. I guess we're going to be rebirthed in this episode. I think I'm gonna let him have the night left as a ghost, and then take the day off work tomorrow and then just rebirth then, and that be like the end of this episode. And then next episode we will go ahead actually have the baby, and that kind of be the end of the episode. We'll like give birth, and then we will go ahead and try to complete Faye's aspiration. How much money do we have left in this? We need to gain a little over $1,000, so I feel like if we play a couple more days like through the pregnancy and all, we'll probably get that and complete her aspiration, and we can go ahead and, like I said, rebirth in this episode, get pregnant next episode when we go back to work, and possibly just play the pregnancy until we complete her aspiration and then give birth. Even if we complete her aspiration first, then we have to like speed up the pregnancy. It's a Grim Reaper pregnancy, so it'll be fine. But let's go ahead and get Frankie back home. I was gonna have him take a nap on the beach. Honestly, I kind of still want him to. Maybe let's just take a little bit of a nap. I mean, we're already here, so maybe we can take a nap and get some food. Once we do that, we can go back home. You can chillax on the beach a little bit, have a nap after woohooing the Grim a bunch and completing your soul's journey. Maybe you can also grab a serving of this. Maybe we should grab a serving of this before we napped, because it's kind of gross now. It's about to be spoiled in like 2 hours, but it's only a nap, so we should finish the food before it spoils. Let's go ahead. The food has 1 hour till spoiled, and your energy is up a little bit. So let's go ahead and have a meal here, and then we can go home and keep care of our horse and whatnot, and maybe work on maybe finishing that poetry book so we can get some more royalties that way, because we don't have to get royalties just from the horror books, and we're already in the middle of writing a poetry book. So let's finish up this food here though, and then we can go home. Alright, so we are back home. Let's see, can we just automatically make our horse happy? Like, I get a feeling it's probably not gonna be happy, so let's just make it happy. And then we can go ahead and come up here to our bathroom, and maybe we can actually a bath. We never actually just bathe. We have time. And then spell Guace. We're gonna have a last good day as a ghost. Let's see, does our garden-y thing? I don't think so. It could just use a little bit of a harvest, so we can do that. But let's see, our sister's needs her much worse. Much worse. Where is she? Oh, she's cooking on the grill. Well, I'm not gonna stop her because I don't want her to start a fire. Right as I said that. Right as I said. We're calling your first fire. Yeah, we can just delete that because that's more likely to make her start another fire, and I'd rather not have a fire right now. But let's have you finish cooking this meal. You can at least eat that. We had plenty of food. Like, there was no reason for you to cook, but grab a serving. Go ahead. Three Sisters chili, apparently. We'll put that in the fridge. You can go ahead. I want you to actually spend some time with your horse. I know you need to spend time riding, but let's actually go ahead and talk to and hug and brush coat. And who is here? Why are you here? I don't know you. Where's my horse? Oh, here she is. Okay, let's go here and maybe try to mount, get on the horse. Yeah, Caleb, you can come over if you want, but I'm not really going to be hanging out with you. I'd actually much rather hang out with my horse. So let's mount her, because I have yet to go on a ride. We tried to go on a ride earlier. It just didn't work very well. All right, let's see if she does better on him this time. All right, let's go for maybe an intense ride. Can you go for an intense ride? Yes. Let's go. This will get her fun and her social up. So let's get a picture of her riding on her horse and then we'll probably use the restroom and finish up that book real quick. What are you doing? Oh, you're hanging out with Caleb. Well, that's fair. Also, the shower's broken. Let's replace that, and then we can mop up this puddle after we harvest, but he can do that. We're gonna go ride our horse. We do need to kind of use the restroom, so when we get back close to the house, I'll probably go ahead and do that. We're getting closer to our house. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and maybe canter here, please. Oh, our cow plant close to being dead. Okay, instead of chatting with Caleb, let's actually go feed the cow plant, and then I'll put you to bed after that. But you are going ahead, you have your fun and your social up, so let's actually go ahead and dismount him. I said I wanted you to get off. Can I just reset you? I'm sorry. It's just so much easier to get her off the horse when I reset her. And come up here and take a brush shower that our brother just fixed. Go ahead and use the restroom, and then we'll see if we can finish that book real quick. So, of course, Caleb is going to get on our computer. Well, maybe we can kick him off when we're done here. But let's make sure he feeds the cow plant before he goes to bed. I feel like that would be ideal. There we go. Good boy. All right, now let's go ahead and send him to bed because he has a big day tomorrow. Oh, I didn't realize he lost his career when he died. I guess Grim was just like, well, you're dead now, so you can't be a Grim Reaper, even though, isn't that like the whole point of being a Grim Reaper? I don't know. Either way, when we rebirth him, we'll get his job back, and then as soon as Grim remembers us, he'll give us our title back. But let's send him to bed. Let's make sure she goes ahead and keeps care of her needs. She has to pee, so as soon as she gets done showering, let's go ahead and use the restroom, and let's try to get this book done. Let's see, does she have the day off work tomorrow? No, she doesn't. She doesn't have a day off till the weekend now because her schedule changed. I think she originally had the day off work, but let's go ahead. Caleb, you're being really annoying. Like, I'm glad you're here talking to us, but I would much rather go up to my computer. Like, no offense. Like, goodbye. Let's go ahead and go here, and then let's go ahead and finish this book before we get super tired. So let's go to write. I thought we had a poetry book we were working on. Right quick, let's just go ahead and write a book real quick. Fantasy book? Yeah, let's write a fantasy book. Take a spin away from the horror, because we don't have to write a horror book. We already wrote our books. Oh, and we gained we only need $5,000 more in simoleons. So yeah, if we can finish this book, we'll call it Horse, a Lord and Horse Council, because she has a horse instead of a cat. Oh, apparently Caleb is very sad. Okay, we'll chat with Caleb because he's sad. Well, let's see if we can finish this book right quick before we go to sleep. Maybe we can tell an engaging story. We'll tell the story that we're writing to Caleb as we're writing it. There. Hopefully that'll cheer him up. We'll have our little bit of friendship with him. And then let's see if we can finish this book real quick. Let's go ahead and just finish writing this. I know you're kind of tired, but I think you can take the day off work tomorrow, because I think you would want to be there for your brother getting his rebirth. So I think that'll be a thing you do together. I mean, to be real, we made it to what in our career? Level 6. I only had planned on making it to level 5. So I feel like we actually did better than we planned on that. Okay, she comes exhausted in 4 hours. You can finish your book in 4 hours. Let's also cheat Jack's needs, because he deserves to be a happy horse. Maybe finish this book here. I just want to be able to publish it. To be fair, if I don't get Frankie up now, he's gonna have way more sleep than his sister. So I feel like maybe he would want to do like one last thing before he rebirthed. As a last notion, we can make like one last thing with our handiness skill, because that was like the first skill we worked really hard to get up. So maybe we can resume the piece of work that we're on, that be like our last like final goal before we rebirth. I know we've already done our whole goal, but if our sister's going to be working on a book, we can spend a little bit of time working on our handiness skill, so we don't have unfinished business when we rebirth, even though like the whole point was, we're done with our unfinished business. All right, but that actually worked out perfect timing, because he finished this, which, what did he make? Oh, I think we made a second dragon statue, because I think we only had one before. Let's go ahead and send him back up to sleep, and then she can go ahead, and I'm going to actually teleport her, so let's reset her, and then teleport her, sell to publisher, sell this book, and then I'll have her go ahead and teleport up to her room so she can get some sleep, because she well deserves it. And then he should be going back to bed. Jack has a full set of needs, at least. He's gonna wake up before her, but he's a little bit more hungry than her, so it'll be fine. Well, he has level 7 in cooking. Maybe like one last meal before he rebirths and loses that skill. And you're supposed to go work an hour. No, I want you to actually call off work. I would actually like you to job. Let's go ahead and take a vacation day. We'll probably have enough sleep to get us through right now. So we'll take a vacation day before he keeps care of his needs. He can come down here and let's cook something. Maybe we can have like a proper breakfast, like a grand breakfast. You know, it is the day that he's going to be rebirthed. I think he deserves to make himself a grand breakfast. Also, how's our cow plant? Our cow plant is good. I guess maybe when we're done showering, if he's not done making the meal, we can go talk to him while he does. A week eureka moment from being a genius. Hopefully your brother will be done cooking by the time you get down here, but we'll see. Oh, he is not near done cooking yet. All right, well, let's go ahead and maybe we can join the cooking. That would be kind of cute, actually. That would be adorable. And they're both having eureka moments. That's actually adorable. Oh, and she's like reading the recipe to him. She's like, you have to add this and a pinch of this. I'm kind of glad they did this together. The cooking together has been really weird the last year, so I'm glad to see it's actually finally working. Can we call to the grand meal? Get this picture of them getting their grand meal. Hopefully they'll sit together. That would be ideal. Eating breakfast together. He's still in his pajamas, but this is fine. It's a breakfast, so I guess that makes sense. We complete the ghost historian aspiration. We got enough book royalty, so we finished the aspiration. Okay, so literally next episode, I think we're just gonna have to go back to work, remind Grimm who we are, and get pregnant. I think we may play through the pregnancy kind of fast. Like maybe we'll play like a day or two of pregnancy and then just like have the pregnancy. Might as well. We completed the aspiration faster than I expected. I guess writing that book last night was very much worth it. I'm gonna have her actually go ahead and perhaps when she's done eating breakfast, she can come up here and go back to sleep just to get a little bit more sleep before he has. And then I guess while she is sleeping, he can clean up and come keep care of his needs so he can clean himself, expel his goo waste, and then I think he'll be ready to go and rebirth himself. I'll definitely have her go in there with him. Maybe I'll get her to get in the water too. They could swim out in the water together and then he just like rebirth himself. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I think we're gonna go ahead and try to recall what we can of our memory once we rebirth him. We're definitely gonna be doing the makeover for sure, which I was not planning on doing this episode, but this is fine. Okay, we got our book royalties. He's doing this. Let's go ahead and change her into her everyday wear. So outfits, change your outfit into your everyday. I think he's already wearing his everyday. And then they can go ahead and go down to the Bayful Bog together. It's right here. So let's go ahead, have you teleport down here, have you teleport down here. Maybe we'll do like a hug moment before he gets in. Really get this last moment of him being in this life before we can go ahead and let's just go ahead and have you swim out here together. We'll get a picture of them swimming out into the water, swimming out into the water. This is so exciting. There we go. Get this picture of them swimming. We can stop having you swim around. You're going way too far, girl. Just swim here. And then you not chat with Faye. I want you to swim here. And then let's go ahead and have him rebirth. Oh my goodness. Gotta get this shot of him rebirthing. Guess we can get it like this. Alright. And rebirth. Your soul is ready to embrace the next chapter. By choosing to rebirth, you will set forth on a new series, a new sim, leaving your current life behind with no chance of return. You'll be taken to managed worlds and select household where you can get a new life and will unfold and will have the opportunity to customize and reborn yourself in create a sim. While funds, relationships, and achievements from the previous life will be lost, you will have already unlocked the covenant burning soul trait. You will be able to retain one personality trait and recall a past life self-interaction along with certain other using to peer into the soul interaction available on mirrors. If you choose to rebirth as a younger sim, certain development skills will immediately unlock. Do you want to rebirth now? Yes. So let's go ahead and go into create a sim and rebirth him. But let's go ahead and put him back into his household because he's still gonna be his sister's brother. He's just gonna be a bit more attractive now. So I'm going to make him a young adult and we are going to be his sister again. But I actually want to change his appearance a little bit. So first I'll get rid of this and then we can bring up his chin a little bit. I want to kind of represent his sister a little bit more. He was so pale white because we brought him back from the dead, but I feel like he should actually have the same skin complexion as his sister. So let me see exactly which one she has. The 4th row, 3rd down. So let's go here and we can go to the 4th row, 3rd down. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. That looks more like the sim that he originally was. I'm not going to change too much of his facial structure. I figure like his chin would go up a little bit and maybe we could do some different eyebrows. I kind of just want to randomize the eyebrows and see what I get. Those are kind of sweet. I want to give him kind of similar hair, but not the exact hair he had. Because I think that's what we had beforehand. So something that covers the forehead a little bit better without being a total swoosh hair. I kind of almost like the idea of him having curly hair. But if he came back a curly hair boy and we could give him like a little bit of like a 5 o'clock shadow moment, I kind of like that. That's really handsome. We're definitely not going to be wearing this. Also, I did not even think about what his traits were. I actually don't even remember what his traits were. Okay, but we have to pick a new aspiration. Maybe we can be the aspiration to a super parent because we want to have a baby with the Grim Reaper. Maybe we're self-assured now that we're rebirthed. Maybe we are romantic because we want to get with Grim. And I don't know, I feel like we have to still have some kind of trait that has to do with death. Not the chased by death. I really don't want the death chased by death. Maybe we could be macabre. I feel like we have to keep that dark side of us, honestly. And I feel like I can honestly just give him the outfits he had back. And this was like our normal wear. What shoes do we want? We could get like some pirate boots. That's kind of fun. I think that's good. I think that's good for Frankie. Like I said, we have this. Let's go ahead and make them close. And then the last thing we need to customize is that he can become pregnant. So we can get him pregnant by the Grim Reaper. Alright, but let's go ahead and return to our household and we are rebirthed. The whole point of this series was to get rebirthed and we are finally rebirthed. Now we just have to get back in a good place for Grimm. So we need to make sure we talk to our sister right away and then we need to get our job back and then start recalling some stuff about ourselves. The first thing I think you want to do though is go talk to his sister because he's like, guess what? I'm back. She is still at the water. Oh, and our cow plant is needing to be fed. But let's get him feeding his cow plant as his new self. Oh my god. The rebirth moment though. So let's go ahead and maybe his sister can teleport back up here and she can change back into her regular outfit. So let's change outfit into here. And how is his relationship with his sister? Oh, he has a good relationship with her automatically. All right, so let's go ahead and hug lovingly. We can tell a funny story. We can tell how it was felt to be rebirthed. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. Our sim is rebirthed. Oh my god, we gotta get a picture of him hugging his sister back to his normal self. I would assume he looked like before he died and was killed by that crowd of angry townspeople. But let's go ahead and I guess we can recall a past life, because I'm very curious of how this interaction will do. He's going to do it as soon as he's done talking to his sister, and he gained relationship with her fast. Like, it was like half of that. It like doubled in like 2 interactions. That's crazy. We are recalling a past life. So let's get this shot. Maybe we can get a shot from up top. There we go. And she's clapping for him. She's like, I'm so happy for you. All right. But let's see what happens when we recall a past life. Okay, so we can choose to be a genius, gloomy. We already have the macabre trait. So apparently we were genius, gloomy, and macabre. And we went from that to being romantic, self-assured, and macabre. Okay, but let's go ahead and bring our genius trait back. I feel like that's definitely the trait we should get back. Memories from another lifetime. Although it's still vague, Frankie is still to recall some pieces of his past. This glimpse has strengthened his sense of identity. Alright, well now I'm curious what's going to happen if we go to the mirror and we peer into the soul. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. Get a picture of him peering into his soul. Let's see, there we go. That's a good shot. Alright. There we go. Let's see what happens. Peer into soul. A childhood grief survivor, Grimm's right hand, or a quick learner. I feel like we have to do the Grimm's right hand. I feel like when they have this trait is achieve the understanding of what exists beyond the veil, and they'll have a different feeling about death. I feel like that is probably for the best. And then can we do it again? We can peer into soul again. I'm curious if we can unlock everything. Be a childhood grief survivor. Does that keep what was already unlocked? Wait, I'm very curious. Yeah, we're getting all our stuff back. Okay. Well, I guess we can go ahead and peer into soul and get the last thing back and get the quick learner trait back. And we have the burning soul from completing the soul's journey. His soul size as a ghost, Frankie received extra benefits from his ghost mastery stamina and his amazing abilities. We can recall past life, peer into soul. We've already done all that. We will also still be enabled the transcendent woohoo as a living sim. Okay, that's actually really cool. So we'll probably have to do that with Krim to become pregnant. I feel like that's just too correct. But let's go ahead and perhaps get our job back, and hopefully our first day of work will be tomorrow, and we can kind of start the episode there and getting our relationship with Grimm back. So let's go ahead and choose the Reaper career. Let's see, when's our of course it's in 3 days. Okay, so probably what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm actually going to end this episode here. And the next episode, I will fast forward till it's his first day at work. And then when we go, I'll reintroduce myself to Grimm, remind him who I am. And then when we get off work, I'll cheat him back up to level 10. We'll get pregnant with him. We'll kind of speed through the pregnancy a little bit. And then we will have the child. So next episode, I believe, will probably be the final episode, which is very exciting because I'm very excited to where I may possibly lead their baby into in the future. But for now, guys, I'm gonna end this episode here. I hope you enjoyed with the series. It definitely went by quicker than I expected. Like, I expected it to be like 10 episodes or more. I think it's gonna be like a total of like 9 episodes. It did take me a while to put out all the episodes, but I still am having a lot of fun with this. So for now, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right, bye!